But yeah, here we go.
Hello, welcome to Marvel Multiverse Mondays Presents. Actually, this is on a Monday.
Indeed, it is.
Brought to you by Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. Ta-da!
And we're back on the regular day. I think it's important to remind everyone that we did come up with a new name, and that we'll probably be using it after this week because Loki ends this week, right?
Yeah.
What's our new name, Nick? Do you remember?
No, I was trying to remember. Was it Mania?
Mayhem.
Mayhem. You went with
Yep.
Mayhem. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Marvel Multiverse Mayhem.
Yep. Absolutely. And this way we can be on any day of the week.
And we can continue. Even after the multiverse is over, we can go back and do X-Men and all that fun stuff because we're the multiverse.
Please don't make me do that. It's bad enough I have to rewatch Spider-Man movies that I despise. Anyways, we watched Black Widow.
Yeah, we did.
And I saw it in theaters on Thursday. When did you see
Disney
it?
Plus. I did Disney Plus on I woke up basically Friday and just watched it like I would a Marvel show back in the day when they were on Fridays.
So, why don't we start off with just like we normally do on any review, and just what was your initial thoughts on the film, Nick?
I liked it. I don't know. I really don't know where to place it, and I haven't thought about it that much. Like ranking wise, I didn't find it disappointing whatsoever. I know a lot of people, including yourself, were disappointed by a certain element of it. But even
few different things. Yeah. Brian really liked it because he said about I don't remember what time it was into the series, but into the movie, but he said that he realized it was a Bond film.
Very much
like,
so.
This is a James Bond film, and I'm like, okay, and
including the use of like secret bases,
right?
Insane secret bases,
and the lackey of the guy in the suit, for the bad guys and things like that. And I'm not the world's biggest Bond fan, but look, overall, I think the beginning of the film was way too drawn out, way too quiet. And then Taskmaster was a waste. Like, no matter how you slice it, no matter who's cast in that role, because I know some people are making a bigger deal out of casting instead of just a big deal out of the fact that it's a waste of a character. Like, you could recast them and have them be word for word from the comic book, but if you did the exact same thing, I'd still fucking hate it. But that being said, Florence Pugh, fucking amazing. Red Guardian, amazing.
Yeah.
Even Rachel Weisz's Melina, I think it is. I even like her character. I think we're gonna probably see her come back. And we'll get into what I think she might be up to. I'm sure others had the same idea. Brian did as well. So
spoilers, I guess, at this point. I mean, we haven't said anything yet. But now let's just say spoilers and go
Fuck
for
it. I'm gonna spoil the movie for you. Black Widow dies. And then
that happens later.
Oh man. Yeah. So I guess maybe we could just approach this a little bit more looser than the past, because I definitely didn't take notes down in the theater. And I
watched a few Easter egg videos, but they didn't like nothing. I don't know. The plot's not even. Yeah, we don't need to go through the plot. Like, that beats what you're saying. It's pretty basic.
I mean, look here's the story. Civil War happens. Natasha runs away. Gets a message from her sister her fake sister, which you get to meet their young selves as an Americans-esque, and that's the TV show Russian Spy Family, which is legit, real. Like that stuff does happen. Not just Russians, but French have spies here. We've got spies in France, and I mean, yeah, it is a fun little thing, but it's really just her going. It's just her going to undo what she thought she had already undone, and along the way we get our Natasha Romanoff replacement through Florence Pugh and her Yelena, David Harbour. Let's talk about Harbour, man. I know you're a big Stranger Things fan, so what did you think about his character arc in the movie?
I thought it was great. I loved it. And there actually was an arc. I wasn't expecting a character that small to have an arc, but the repairing of a fake family. This isn't Fast and it's kind of like Fast and the Furious. They're family, but they're not family.
Oh God.
But I keep thinking about that when I think about how much family this was about. But no, I enjoyed it, and I really, really, really just like the Red Guardian character. He's telling all these stories about Captain America that couldn't be true.
But you know what I thought to myself is that it's potential that the Russians were sending a Captain America after him for training and propaganda. In his mind, he may have actually fought Captain and not known that he wasn't. That's
could have been Bucky
possibility
as a fake Russian Captain America. Since he was Captain America in them.
I know some people, some of the more dramatic YouTubers out there were all like, oh, David Harbour's character's anti-male, he's the only guy and he's dumb, and I'm like, no. And they're like, they said him. It's been several. I don't like throwing names out unless somebody's an absolute liar.
Yeah, don't actually tell me who said that. I don't want people to look at them.
They're well, no, that people can go and look at any opinion that they want. It was fucking.
They're welcome to look at them, but I don't want you selling someone else.
What was a yellow Flash? Show. That's who it was. So if you want to go listen to Yellow Flash. I think that's who it was. Talk about his theory on David Harbour. I disagree with it because I looked at the beginning. They're like, oh, they set him up as this smart scientist guy, and then when you meet him in prison, he's dumb. No, he clearly says that he was a soldier given a bullshit mission to protect the scientist and help get stuff back to the Russians, where he's then betrayed and thrown in jail. Of course he's going to become a belligerent asshat. That's not anything. Now, the Taskmaster thing, which we can get to later, I think you could make an argument to where you might see someone potentially having a desire for male replacement characters, but that's that character. Harbour, I love it. I loved every frame and every soundbite with him.
Agreed.
Yeah, so Phew. What about our new Black Widow?
Oh, she's so great. I don't think I've seen her or anything yet. And then people were like, she's a scene stealer before I saw it. I'm like, I don't know how it's possible in a Marvel movie. But she's so funny. It's the humor, I guess. And like, I'm not saying it in a dismissive male way, but adorable. She's also deadly but adorable.
Dude, you don't have
the
to.
The pockets shit. So funny.
Shit like that, but yeah. The pockets is very, very funny.
Or even like the pose joke.
I love
first talk about why she did it, and then when she does it, she's like, gross.
Yeah. and the whole like, this will be an awesome way to die. This will be a much less awesome way to die. I saw her in a few things. The biggest one that I liked, of course, was Fighting with My Family. That wrestling movie where she plays the wrestler that went by the name of Paige from England. And man, she was great in that movie. Like, even non-wrestling fans, Christine doesn't give two fucks about wrestling. She liked that movie a lot. She watched the whole thing, fully engaged, loved it. And it's mostly because of Florence's performance again. It's great. It really is. What else? Uh, what did you have any issues with her like stunt work or? Because I don't know how much she did. I know she did quite a bit of training for fighting with my family, but those types of smaller films might let their stars get away with more.
Yeah.
Action in general for this movie, man. What'd you think?
I saw people complaining about it, but I thought it looked fine. Someone was like, there are too many cuts. Like, well, it was the dumbest tweet I've ever seen. One of the dumbest. I don't remember who it was. I'm not like keeping it from people, but they're like, let Marvel directors direct their own action. And it's like, Spielberg doesn't direct half of his own action. That's the B unit is for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and there's so
an
much...
assistant director or whatever, second director or whatever. They do the action. That's like Kevin Smith. Like, he says that about, he's like, that's the only reason Kevin Smith can make movies, he says, because he doesn't have to worry about the action.
Well, not only that.
Some directors do it.
Yeah. But you got an action set piece has got a hell of a lot more moving parts. You've got the effects department. They're going to be on site. They've got the choreographers, the fight choreographers. They're going to be on site. The stunt people, the stunt coordinators. They're going to be on site. And you got a director who might not have worked with all of those before. But you're going to hire, like you said, an assistant, a B team, a secondary, whatever label, that particular group ends up with. They're going to have the experience with all of that.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Sometimes directors do, but like the way the guy said it was like, Marvel needs to start letting its directors. I'm sure Marvel probably does let any of its directors that are competent and want to do it.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Like, I'm very, very certain that if Feige's on set of Thor Love and Thunder and there's about to be this big thing and Taika's like, hey, I got this, Feige's going to be like, okay, go. Yep, that was good. Good two takes or three takes or whatever. You happy, Taika? Good. But other times, if it's like, the director's out there struggling with something, I mean, that's one of the things that, actual producers, not the ones that just get their name plastered on things, but the one actually doing the work. That's when them and the secondary and that script supervisors, especially because they get to keep track of all the fun nitpicky stuff. That's when they get to step in and be like, hey, this isn't working out, and this is why. And that's why there's so many credits at the end of movies. I mean, it's a team effort. It really is. So. Hell yeah. I too think certain fights, most notably Miss Johansson's fights, did suffer from a lot of cuts. But that's normal for her. Like, if you go back, I watched all of her movies leading up to this chronologically, and then Infinity War and Endgame after. It's par for course for Scarlett Johansson. She does some things. And she does more I think she did more work in Infinity War than any other of her own that I can kind of tell, where you see more continuous cuts, more continuous
her smallest
shots.
Movie. the movie where she has the smallest role, I think, out of all of those.
Yeah, but every time she's on screen, but she's like action, once, it's fighting. And overall, I'm happy with it. The action, it's par for course. There's great scenes. There's piss poor scenes. What'd you think about Melina? Let's talk about her. You know what? No, let's talk about our sponsors over at Grow Generation and how awesome they are for sponsoring this video with my wife talking about them.
Yeah.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. Grow Generation is your one-stop shop for hydroponic grow supplies, product systems, and more. Grow Generation serves customers across the nation and carries a wide inventory of renowned cultivation brands. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Yay! So, Melina, Rachel Weisz's character.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say something about her.
I mean, I was actually shocked that I wasn't shocked. In fact, by the time I don't know what to say about it. I enjoyed her character. If that's the overall question. It's very interesting how the decisions she makes to help them at the end are very interesting. And
Yeah.
I do think she also has an ulterior motive based on the way things go down. And could have gone down differently, and she could have known they would have gone down differently.
Yeah.
And she's still using mind control and technology and experimenting with it.
Yeah, and she's not very upset with it. She called the Red Room to start with. Do you really think Natasha convinced her otherwise with fake photos? No. She's after power herself.
Yeah.
That's. As soon as I saw it and the double. Triple, well, at this point it's just a double cross. There's a triple cross coming back around, and it kind of gives me hope that we're gonna see Harbor and Pew team up to take down Mommy Dearest.
I would really love. I definitely want to see. We know we're seeing Pew again. I definitely want to see David Harbor again. And I like the set path that Val set Pew on.
Yeah, the same thing with Walker.
Yeah, do you think they reshot that to go down differently because of the order they came out? Because she introduces herself in the one that was supposed to come second, and in this one, the character knows her name. Do you think that was a reshoot?
Maybe.
Or re-dialoguing?
Possibly. And I'll bring up why I think there may have been some additional reshoots and cuts with this film when we get to Taskmaster. I loved getting to see the black and gold suit for Black Widow, the one she's wearing first as Melina, and then it's revealed to be her. That's a nice comic book throwback. Everyone else was super stoked about the white suit. I dug the black and gold. I liked that. And then, yeah, I think we're gonna see her again. I'm hoping so. Rachel Weisz is a great actress. I love the Mummy. I like her in Constantine. It's not a good Hellblazer movie by any means whatsoever, but it is a fun little supernatural action flick.
Great.
Yeah, and I guess before we get to the villain, let's talk about the main heroine herself, man. If this was the last time you saw Black Widow Natasha Romanoff, are you happy with the send off?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people are like, they should have released this between Civil War and Infinity War.
Nah, between
and
Infinity
I'm like,
War
I would gut the person at Marvel that throws another movie in my way before I got to Infinity War. Like, I didn't want to wait one movie extra to get to Infinity War. And I don't see a problem with these prequel-ish, not prequel to everything, but Feige said they might do more movies like this. I prefer ones that take place in order, but I don't have a problem.
My only issue with that is we haven't progressed any really since Far From Home. Like, we've been stuck right
even
there.
Loki's back farther.
Well,
Loki's even before
over.
the snap, technically.
Yeah. But it's and then you think again, it's like, okay, we're gonna get what's next? What if that doesn't progress anything further? What comes after that? Shang-Chi. We don't know. We know we're gonna see some stuff in the past when he's young, but we don't know when the main part of this is taking place. San Francisco looks pretty happening. Is this maybe set through the time between Infinity War and Endgame? Wong's there, like. We don't know. We don't know when that one's coming forward, but I don't see it also moving time in the universe forward very, very much. And then you look at what comes after that in
Eternals.
Eternals, Hawkeye, and Miss Marvel, and the only thing I see moving forward any is explanations with Miss Marvel and the Eternals. Because they're going to have to tell us mutant or enhanced or inhuman with Miss Marvel. They gotta explain it somehow. So it's enhanced through stones or whatever. She's either or inhuman or mutant. We don't know what she's going to do, but that's going to be a big thing for the universe. But it doesn't move time forward.
They might be delaying intentionally.
Well, you see,
so we catch up.
That's the
Isn't it
joke.
2023?
Yeah, 2024. Because it's 5 year. Oh yeah, 23.
I feel like if every show we've seen takes place a few months after the snap or before,
right?
I mean the unsnap.
Far From Home takes place technically in 24 because it's the summer after.
So Hawkeye. I mean, it's not Hawkeye. So it would be about the same for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that was 6 months. And this Spider-Man's the summer after. I don't know when they came back, but it had to be before the school year because they had to repeat the whole year. So I'm guessing they came back July of 2019 or 2019 or our 2019. They're 2023. So yeah, that's one of those jokes where Disney, made the bug spread across the world so the MCU would catch up. It's terrible joke, but it is interesting how a lot of things have kind of lined up in favor of their time skip.
Right.
We
had to wait. Black Widow came out 2 years to the week of Spider-Man. Because it would have, it's a year late. It's not like it's 2 years late, but because of the July timing, it's 2 years.
Yep. Exactly. I think it should have came in between Infinity War and Endgame. Like chronologically, yeah, sure. But think about how much harder her death in Endgame hits if instead of having just seen Captain Marvel, you had just seen Black Widow. And then you could still have Captain Marvel's Infinity War tease, her in-game reveal. It's just instead of her being sent to go pick Tony up, she's traveling through the galaxy, freaking out over the snap. She's searching for answers when she stumbles upon Tony and Nebula. That explains her enough. And then you do your five years later, she's working with the Avengers on the cosmic side. Thanos comes back. It makes sense when people start reappearing around her that she'd fly back to Earth. And sure, so you don't even have to have the Captain Marvel. You can literally take it out and put it after Endgame, and it works just as well as putting Black Widow here, or putting Black Widow there. Yeah.
I think it would have been a weaker start, though, to Phase 4 at theaters. If you start with Captain Marvel instead of Black Widow. People love Black Widow. There was already hesitation with Captain Marvel when it came out, and it came out
but
look
how well it did.
Yeah, but I think also including the Black Widow would have done a lot better. Outside of the pandemic.
Absolutely.
So that would have I don't think Captain Marvel could have gone as high as I think a Black Widow movie versus a Captain Marvel movie. If you look about normal circumstances, the Black Widow movie rocks the Captain Marvel movie.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I kick mine out.
Picking him up and getting him out of the way. Everyone keeps saying.
I haven't had a cat with no tail in a long. Well, I never have owned one myself. What are they? Manx? No, Manx has the short stubby tail.
No, he's a Manx.
Okay, which one's
pure
the one
Manx has no tail.
Which one's the one with the short stubby tail?
Manxes can also have stubs.
Okay.
Joseph has a Manx and it has a little stub.
Yeah. Anywho, let's talk the elephant in the room, Taskmaster. No matter how you slice it, the casting of a female aside, like I said, this could be a dude named Tony. And they could have done everything the exact same, and I would still be fucking pissed. From the technology, and I don't give a fuck about what Iron Man does. That's what Iron Man does. He does AI. Taskmaster uses his abilities and tech. Tony only has the tech. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's got his brain. You never really see him working out to get bigger and tougher. Why? Because all he's got to do is be able to do the work on the suit. Because the suit can do all the heavy lifting. So, people defending the software, no. I'm sorry. In a world with all these super soldier programs going on, mind control, all of this stuff that you're talking about in this movie, and the idea that a super soldier experiment wouldn't give someone enhanced memory or enhanced reflexes? Come on. What the fuck? That has got to be one of the laziest piss poor fucking decisions Marvel's ever made, dude. That's almost as bad as when they were talking about doing magic as a science from another universe. Like, that, it's pretty fucking dumb. Can you at least agree that it was pretty fucking dumb to be this afraid of his ability?
I guess. I don't know. I don't really have any. The only Taskmaster that's ever popped up for me is he was in. See, like, this is the other thing. I mean, you said it doesn't matter who's behind it. I thought more people would be upset with that too, because like I have no idea, and all I know is Taskmaster is a dude in the comics. I don't know what the fuck his other name is. Like, I've never seen him without the mask, and the only comic I've ever read of his was him and some other guy were running scared from Spider-Man because Spider-Man thought they were working with Tinkerer. And he caught up to him, and they're like, "We don't even want to fight. We're not working with him." That's the only experience of them in the comic is being a coward running away. I don't even remember. So like, that one, I don't have. It's a recent-ish one.
Way. Yeah.
So it's like, so I've never seen a badass Taskmaster. I haven't played the video game where he's been introduced again.
You didn't watch a lot of the cartoons.
I don't remember him from the cartoons.
Not in the '90s, but he's been in a few of the other ones. I think he was even in one of the Avengers cartoons.
That makes more sense. I don't remember him from the '90s, but
been through a crap ton of he might have been in the maybe the sequel series, the Unlimited, maybe. I don't remember him being in the
definitely used him some
original, but anyways, they did use him in one. I don't remember if it was Spectacular or Marvel's Spider, whatever, one of the Disney XD things.
Yeah.
Because they also used Moon Knight, which was fucking nuts. I'm like, God, you put Moon Knight in a okay. But they ruined Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider with some stupid fucking black and red suit. And I know my buddies out there in the Spider-Man cosplay universe like it, but I'm sorry, it looks stupid. Anyways, where was I? TBI took over. Taskmaster. Okay, so I haven't heard a lot of people complaining too much about the gender switch in general, which is fine. There's times where it works great. Starbuck and in Battlestar Galactica and Boomer are great examples, and also examples of how that shit was done a long time ago, back at the turn of the century. And oh wait, Battlestar Galactica was fucking loved. Anyways, so a few people have been out there like that. Fuck them. But then you got people like me where it's like, guys, you wasted the character. Like, we've already got, because somebody was already like, well, with this suit and stuff, they could always bring him back, or they could say somebody else was the real Taskmaster and that Antonia is based on him, because it's the Taskmaster protocol that they activate. They're already doing how many replacements do we go through? How many torches are passed on? Mysterio's out there, a new Black Widow, new Captain America, and I'm not against the ones that they've done, but I don't want to necessarily do it again and again and again.
Like we're getting the real Mandarin, for example. But actually, this wasn't the same way because it's not a fun twist. But I still love the Trevor Slattery twist. I mean, this one wasn't fun or anything. It was just like, Dracov's daughter. Okay. Yeah. Ties into the Avengers, I guess, and earlier in the movie.
Here's my thing. When you look at the early trailer shots, when you look at a lot of scenes from the movie, there's a lot to the suit. But I looked at the actress. I don't necessarily think it's a woman in that suit.
I don't think so either. I think the head looks CGI'd on at the end.
And that's the part that makes it, combined with some comments that have been unearthed or reported on by the director. Okay. Certain things about, their personal views on diversity in film and things like that, which I'm not saying anything against or for at all. Just their frame of mind mixed with this. They didn't bill it. They didn't build it up, and we all know that Hollywood loves to get attention, right? And it's so good to instead of using existing strong, great female characters, or bringing in new strong, great female characters. It's so much easier to just placate the masses with a swap. But they didn't pat themselves on the back. They didn't even do it after the movie comes out. And
what you want, isn't it?
No,
you hate it when they do pat themselves on the back.
No, I do. I hate that. But this is why it's suspicious, because they didn't do it. So you take the fact that it doesn't look like a female, not just doesn't look like her, but it doesn't even look like it's a female. Like the hips don't move in a now that sure you could
it's robotic, I would say.
It's very, and robotics movements are more masculine. They're based off of male skeleton walks and gaits. Okay. Anyways,
we don't know. The suit could be holding her together partially.
It could be that
there's that scarred.
There's a million different things, and again, they say the Taskmaster protocol. But like I said, for me, it's a few words from people around the film, and this weird look for the character, and this lack of, hey, look at us. That I'm like, was it a guy and they were really just, because look, this is the great thing about entertainment, Nick, and you I know you're very similar to me in this matter. What somebody meant with a film doesn't matter necessarily as much as what you get out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's one of those cases where I'm curious. Did the director have an agenda where it's like, hey, I want to over represent females, and so I'm going to take this one out and I'm going to add one? I don't give a fuck. It's a garbage thing to do, but if that's your mentality, fine. Congratulations. I didn't get that out of the film, so if you were looking to spread that type of message, I didn't get it. I got a 90% enjoyable film with 75% enjoyable characters.
I think I don't know. Are you implying they changed it at some point, or it was always scripted? I think it was always scripted this way.
It seems weird, man. But
I don't know, because otherwise it's like revealing nobody. It has to be someone we know.
Not necessarily. They don't. Do they even?
If they're not going to, if they do it that way,
if
he's a talkative Taskmaster, he'd be a new character.
You see, that's
he's not a quiet guy in the comics, is he?
No,
he's always preaching. He's like any supervillain. He's not silent. He's not preaching, but he's
right.
He's dealing with Spider-Man's quips like, "I'll crush you, bug,"
right,
like
and stuff like that. But he's very deliberate. I mean, he was always in the grounded type comics. So a lot of your Spider-Man, Daredevil, he worked things with Bullseye once, even if I recall correctly. It's not above Fisk to hire him out. I like he gets around. Again, it's like, yeah, they left some wiggle room, but it's just a waste, man. You guys wasted Yellow Jacket and Malekith and now Taskmaster, but Yellow Jacket's getting a second shot.
Yeah, that's a rumor, right?
No, I think that's official. Corey Stoll on what you call it.
Oh, okay.
Is it a rumor?
I don't know. I didn't read the article. I assume all these things that seem too good to be true are rumors.
Let's see here. Corey Stoll.
Corey Stoll's probably in trouble if he said it. It's like Alfred Molina.
No.
Not that you can punish. How are you going to punish Alfred Molina?
No. Okay. So yeah, it's a rumor right now.
Okay.
It's a rumor right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Corey Stoll said it, I would not call it a rumor.
No, everyone's using words like may, perhaps, rumored. So yeah, we'll go with rumor. It's
technically he should be in the quantum realm.
So sorry, what'd you say?
Technically he should be in the quantum realm.
Yeah, but he kind of got folded.
Yeah, that's true.
Shrunk. Exactly. Peyton Reed said, well, I mean, and this is a quote, I'm reading it from Geeky Tyrant, whatever. Well, I mean, you guys are making a massive assumption. There's an assumption here that I'm not quite comfortable with. If you watch his death in the first Ant-Man, the suit is compromised. He shrinks and goes into a thing. I mean, he could be somewhere down there in that quantum realm. And the Singh Stoll, director Peyton Reed teased after most recent episode of Loki, Yellow Jacket's helmet made an appearance. During a previous interview, Reed had hinted, and that's the quote that I read. So there you go.
Okay. Well, that's what happened to. He's dead. If his helmet shows up.
Well, I mean, that's one universe where you got pruned at least. You know?
Oh, that's right. Damn.
But yeah, I don't know. I would kind of be upset at bringing him, but then you got to think, Kang the Conqueror does what? Plays with time. So we might see Yellow Jacket from either another timeline or from the past. I don't necessarily think this is. I hope it's not, because he doesn't just shrink. He folds badly.
It sounds painful when the actor's screaming.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, yeah, I it's a very weird situation with Taskmaster. I get that you don't have a card in the game, if that's the saying. Is that the saying? Card in the game?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Stake in the game?
Yeah, there it is, because you play with the cards.
Chips.
Like, did you have an issue then with the old man? Because I mean, he is just a generic villain, right? And then you got a generic sidekick here. Like,
the villains aren't great.
Yeah, without the tie.
We've heard their name. We've heard Dreykov's name before, but that's like.
I was going to say, without the tie to that Avengers line, does he matter? Would it have been better to see? Like, it's great that you can save Melina for a triple cross, but wouldn't it? I think it would have been better if they had gotten up there and she's with Dreykov.
And that's what my assumption was going into it. I assumed it was a woman. I don't know why. That was a big rumor, and I'm like, it's got to be Rachel Weisz. And then by the time I was watching the movie, I was like, no, it's probably not her. By the time we got to her scene,
why that was a rumor. Anyways, carry on.
But I don't know. That's just a lot. I don't know why. But yeah, that Taskmaster didn't bother me. But yeah, you could have had completely different villains. But then again, it has to tie to the Red Room also. So you're I don't know. Its weakness was villains for sure. The movie
built them more.
Yeah.
Like someone said that they would have rather seen this as a show. I don't know. Would you have rather had enough. A 6 hour?
No.
Yeah, no. I agree. Yeah.
I do feel like I don't like it as much as the TV shows because it feels weird almost now watching a Marvel movie where we only get 2 hours of character development since we're used to getting like like 6 hours.
Yeah.
But I was watching Fat Man Beyond last night. And Mark Bernardin, who always makes the most sense, was like he's like, Marvel needs to stop like doing this, hiding the villain till the end of the like turning it. That's not the way Marvel villains have like generally work. I mean, yeah, you might have obviously Black Widow. It's kind of like it mirrors the Winter Soldier in some ways, where you have the brainwashed, basically, literally mind controlled in this case, human fighting. I mean, super being fighting on behalf of Robert Redford in that movie, and what's his face not doing a great job as a Russian accent in this movie. I can't remember his name. God, I'm just forgetting. He was in Indiana Jones 4.
Yeah,
Ray Winstone.
There you go.
So, and like, I don't know, the movie itself, I kind of was forgetful of until I rewatched some videos about that. Because like, which is interesting. I think I liked it more than Captain Marvel, but at the same time, I came out the day after Captain Marvel, I remembered everything that happened. The day after Black Widow, someone was like, dude, the opening scene is so great, just online. And I was like, how the fuck did the movie open?
Very long and boring, in my opinion.
Well, I like the I don't know. I like the beginning a lot until the credits. Especially when David Harbour just flips that thing. Yeah. And you're like, yep.
That was fun.
Obviously, he has no reason to show super strength until then, but that's something for like my mom or someone watching who doesn't remember the trailer and is like, oh, he's strong, like.
Yeah.
And you're like, just wait till you find out who he is. And there was even one of the interesting references in the movie, though, is the red dynamo.
Yeah, I like that.
Because it's weird because of Crimson Dynamo. That's what it is. Because technically Whiplash is closer to that character than he is to Whiplash, aside from the suit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, there's another guy who's.
Yeah, I think it was just a nod to, because they used the name Whiplash, which is another other character. He's an amalgam in Iron Man 2. So I just think it was a nice little wink and nod. I like that Marvel still does that.
I'd love to see a Red Guard TV show, because one of them's a fucking talking bear. It's great.
What do you think about the chances of Yelena's Black Widow getting a show?
I think it's a good chance. I don't know. I think it's a really good chance. So Hawkeye's her next project, and then even one of the Hawkeye characters has already been picked up. Echo or whatever has already been picked up for it won't be a spin-off show to Hawkeye, but she's in the Hawkeye first. Now she's already getting her own show. I almost think she'll have a bigger presence in the movies. Yelena? Maybe you even do a Widow movie about her.
Maybe.
Or she's an Avenger.
But I mean, if you want a Red Guardian show, do you really just make it about him?
That's true. The Red Guard or whatever.
I could be open for that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
No, yeah, he's probably most likely to show up in something. Yeah, I like that. If she gets her own show, then you have plenty of room and time to explore David Harbour and even what Rachel Weisz was up to.
Or maybe
unless you save that for a movie.
Maybe do like a 1.5 type thing with Harbour, where he gets 4 45-minute episodes to tell a short arc, you know.
I really want to see him fighting Captain America, but the only way that's possible is if Captain America's, just been chilling with Peggy and he comes out once or twice. This, the Captain America who's lives with Peggy and then shows up. But
Russo's already settled that he's in a different timeline 1,000 different times. So,
and some people are like, maybe he fought Isaiah Bradley. But it's like, but he worships literally Steve Rogers, not even just Captain America in general. Yeah. Like his tattoo on his back is Steve Rogers, not like, I think he might not notice if it's Bucky, but he knows if it's Isaiah Bradley.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
This isn't Steve Rogers.
Yeah. And like I said, that's in my headcanon until I'm told otherwise. That's what happened. I think he legitimately thought he was fighting Captain America, because he seems from the beginning, like when he's handing over the intel and stuff. He's like, look, man, this was a bullshit mission. You told me I'd go back to the action. I don't think he's lying. I think he thought he was fighting Captain America. So
interesting.
It'll be.
But he is boasting extra about it, unless the Captain sending him sucked, because he's like, you should have seen, like, I got his shield and pushed him out the window.
Yeah. So there's one, and we know the Russians had some vibranium because the Taskmaster Protocol person has the vibranium shield, so could be right. What was I gonna say? With Harbour, there's a chance that they could actually save. No, there's no saving Red Hulk. But I did think for a moment that maybe instead of having Ross Hulk out, that it might be Red Guardian. Like, he's offered, hey, you want to get revenge on the people that lied to you? Do you want to go? And he gets recruited for the Thunderbolts. And what do you think about that? You think he could become Red Hulk? Because I would like Harbour's voice as Red Hulk.
That'd be really great. I've never even thought of that theory. I wouldn't mind that at all. Like, I just want them to keep him in there somehow. Like, maybe we don't need a Red Guardian story. I'm more interested in the actor. Though I do like the idea of a Russian Captain America. It's just, where do you really use him? Seems like a way. Yeah, I don't know. Unless you're doing a full-on anti-hero story where he's working for Russia.
Yeah, like in the past.
It's just what he did in the 80s.
Could be. Anyways, I guess we could wrap it up, man. Everyone that's watching us on YouTube right now, thank you so much. Please hit that red subscribe button down below. Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. And let us know what you think about all of our takes on the different aspects of the film. If you're listening to us on audio, follow us wherever you're listening to us from. Yeah, do that. But yeah, we're available everywhere where you get your podcasts from for free. And in order to help us keep it for free. Make sure you guys are going to lrmonline.com every day for all of your entertainment news, needs, and opinions so we can get some of that sweet-ass revenue money. But also subscribing to the YouTube channel would really help us out. So the more money we can give the boss, the more money they can pass down to us, and the more shit we can give to all of you. So I think I plugged all that stuff. Nick, what do you do, and where do people find you at if they can't see the wonderful YouTube screen with that red subscribe button down below? I'm
at Geeky Nick Doll on Twitter. I do Break Geek Radio, the podcast, with that gaggle of geeks, and of course we do Marvel Multiverse Mayhem, which will be our last Loki Thorsdays this Thursday, because we'll be doing the last episode of Loki, and then we'll have to do a few other movies probably leading up to What If, since we have a date for What If, so we know we'll
August. Yep, August 16th.
11th, I think, 11th. But
yeah,
whatever. Early to mid month. So we won't have to wait that long between this. Yeah, shorter gap than Falcon and the Winter Soldier to Loki.
Yeah, man, I am really curious about Thursday. Are we going to hear or see Kang?
Before we go real quick, Mark Bernard brought up a good point about that too.
What's that?
He was like, it means nothing to the characters if it's Kang. Like it only means something to the fans. So that he doesn't like the idea of Kang being the main villain, because he's like, this guy comes out of nowhere. Loki don't know who he is. Like Sylvie don't know who he is.
Exactly. What did I say? That
it'll be teased more.
That
it'll be Renslayer.
It's not about him. It's about her. He's just the MacGuffin for her. We don't know it yet. The whole thing, like I said, I think she's either been trying to keep away from him or get to him. Mm-hmm. So in my theory, and I said this a few weeks ago, you guys can check out past episodes, I think that Loki's success ends up allowing Kang loose. Now, whether that's because he's imprisoned right now or he's tasked out or whatever the case is, but I really do feel like there's a chance that he's in prison, that he might be the one who remains, that he's been there in prison. And because look at Eliath or Eliath. Look at that thing. That's a guard dog. That's a guard dog. Or
like we said, that'd be keeping someone in and keeping people out.
Right. So you're 100% correct. It doesn't mean anything to the Lokis. That's why I don't think it's Kang pulling any strings. It's Renslayer either trying to keep him contained using the TVA, keep feeding a time where he can't accomplish his goal, so they keep feeding things, pruning things to keep this timeline going that keeps him in that prison. And then or it's her working through the TVA to get to him. She's either trying to keep him in or trying to break him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our last predictions, because next time we talk, we'll have seen it. And we shall know.
Indeed. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Nick, I'm going to start the video.
Excelsior.
Enough said, everyone. Have a good one.